Hey y'all, it's Thrifty Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a slow Sunday bake with me. So y'all know I have a teenage daughter and I am just currently going through it in motherhood, getting through this senior year, y'all, trying to get through it and just a lot's going on, a lot's going on. I had a crazy busy weekend with homecoming and I just needed a moment to just clear my mind. And the way that I do that is in the kitchen. I love baking. I love baking bread. This is a focaccia recipe I found online. Very easy. So the recipe is in the description box if you want to follow along there. And I do make my own adjustments per usual. I'll pop back in later in the video. Have y'all ever been just so overwhelmed, overstimulated, just emotionally, mentally, physically, just tired, and you don't even have the energy to talk? That's how I was in this video on Sunday. Today's Monday, but y'all, I'm just tired. I'm tired. This day did wonders for me. It really helped just getting in the kitchen. The house was quiet. I believe Kaya was taking a nap at this time. And again, homecoming was Saturday, so this was Sunday. And she was just tired. And homecoming was late. It was like from 8 to 11 in the evening. We just had a very eventful evening with a lot of things going on. And y'all just say a prayer for me. And I'm going to say a prayer for all of you mamas that have seniors, especially senior daughters. Having a daughter as a senior and just the teenage daughter years are very different than teenage son years. It's been very, very different for me. And I'm just trying to survive it, Seriously. It's a lot. Y'all, I still cannot believe my baby is a senior. This has been a hard pill to swallow. And I had my kids back to back, and I never realized that when it was time for everyone to, leave the nest and grow up, that it was going to hit me back to back because I had them back to back. So everything has been such an adjustment period. This last year for me has been, oh man, this has been a trying year for me. Just a lot of learning new things, accepting new things, accepting changes, and changes are hard for me. I love consistency, routine, and things are just changing and changing rapidly right before my eyes. Like, I cannot believe my baby is a senior. I cannot believe both of the boys are out of the house. I cannot believe, this is where we're at. This is life. This is life right now. And don't get me wrong, change is an absolute beautiful process. Watching your kids grow up and become the people they're going to become, it's absolutely beautiful. And I love this part of life as well. There's pros and cons to every stage in life, especially when it comes to your kids. But when you're in this area of change, when your whole life has been dedicated, to being a mother, and your whole world has revolved around your kids, and then very rapidly, very quickly, everyone starts leaving, and then you got the senior year and all the last festivities and just trying to get through the senior year. It's learning to deal with change and accepting the change. but we're going to get through it, y'all. We're going to get through it. But right here, I'm just letting the dough rise. And this recipe actually came out pretty good. I'm going to show you here in a minute the toppings that I chose to use for my bread. And I did make a mistake on here. I don't know if it altered the result or not, but I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so after you put the dough in your 9 by 13 and you put the dimples in it with your hands and you add your toppings, let it rise for about 10 to 15 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes. It says it in the recipe. Let it rise, then put it in the oven. I directly put it in. Did y'all hear me? I directly put it in the oven. My English just goes out the window sometimes, y'all. But I just let it, after I did this, I just put it in the oven instead of let it rise some more. Again, my bread came out, I think it came out amazing. It tastes like pizza crust, and it was so good. I should have added some cheese to it, but I would definitely make this again, and it was really good, y'all. It's really good. So as you can see here, I added some onions, and I added some, I don't know if you can tell, but in this little container of that oil and herbs, I had chopped up some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to put those on top. So I put the cherry tomatoes, the onions, and I would, if I was to go back, I would add cheese on top. That would be amazing. You could, because this ended up coming out like a crust because it wasn't as fluffy as the focaccia bread I've made before, but this is a completely different recipe, but it was really good. It is really good. It with the oil and herbs that was in this mozzarella cheese, and it's not thick because I was supposed to, once I put it in that pan, I was supposed to put the dimples in it and push it down, put the toppings on, and let it rise for 10 to 15 minutes, but I didn't. I just put it straight in the oven. So it's more like, if you put cheese on this, it's more like a cheese bread, cheese crust. But focaccia bread is usually like this. It's a little fluffier, but this literally tastes like pizza crust, and it's so good. I put tomatoes and onions and herbs. I should have put some of that cheese on there, but it turned out good.